Everyone, grade 11 and grade 12, here we are again in this cyclic geometry. Okay, now they said to us AOD is a diameter, this is a diameter. Okay, what do we know as a result of diameter? There are two things we know as a result of diameter. Number one, we know that angle subtended by diameter is 90 degrees in the circumference, right? That is what we know, okay? Number two, what do we know about the diameter? We know that there is an theorem that says angle subtended, diameter perpendicular to the tangent, therefore there will be a 90 degrees. Those are the two things we know, okay? Now let's go and indicate those two things in the diagram, okay? So number one, we are going to check. This is our diameter. This is our diameter. We put our hand like this and go with the lines into the circumference. Oh, here it is going to be 90 degrees. That is what we know from this theorem that says angle subtended by diameter will give us what? 90 degrees in the circumference, okay? Number two is a diameter here. This is a tangent. That means here it is 90 degrees. Even here it is 90 degrees. That is what we know, okay? Now let's continue. And then they continue to say EDF is a what? Is a tangent. There are three theorems we know about tangent. Number one, we have tan perpendicular to the diameter, which is equal to 90 degrees. The other one, it is tan chord theorem, right? And the other one, it is tangent from the same point, so are equal, okay? So now if we check these three, we do have this as a tangent and this as a chord. So it's a tangent, it's a chord. That means this angle being D1 is equals to B2. These two are equal. Before we answer any question, that's what we know, that this one is equal to this one according to what? To tan chord theorem, okay? Then we continue. And then we check the first one, and we have found it already, okay? And the third one cannot be there because there are no two tangents. There is only one tangent, okay? Then continue from there. And then they continue to say BC is equals to DC. This BC is equals to, okay, now this is a what? This is a isosceles triangle. That means these two angles are equal. Therefore, I know that this is equals to that angle, okay? So that is what we know from this diagram, okay? And again, they never talk about another thing that we know here. We know that if we have four vertices in the circumference, that is a what? A cyclic quad. Let's check. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That means this whole thing is a cyclic quad. So that means when I add this plus this, I must have 180 degrees. Okay? This plus this is equals to 180 degrees. And this plus this must also be equals to 180 degrees. Okay? Now let's go for the questions now. The question says calculate with reason. BCD. Let's go for it. BCD. They are looking for this one. Okay? So since they are looking for this one, we are going to start where? We are going to start by saying I have 62 degrees here. I have 90. So step number one, I will read B1 is equals to 90 degrees. What was the reason? It's either angles on a semicircle. Okay? That's the reason. Then after that, I use the sum angles of the triangle. So A is equals to, okay, I'm going to say 180 minus 90 degrees minus 62 degrees. Okay, this is a sum of the angles in a triangle. Okay, when I say 180 minus 90, I get 90. Then 90 minus 60, that is 30. Then 30 minus 2, that is 28. So that means this one will be 28 degrees. Okay, that is A. Okay, then after getting angle A, then we know that this now is 28 degrees. Hence, I can calculate that C, because I will say angle C is equals to 180 minus 28. Why am I minus 28? Because this plus this is equals to 180 degrees. Why? These are opposite angles of a what? Of a cyclic quad. Of a cyclic quad. Okay? Now, those are our physics. Okay? So, whenever I say 30 minus this one, I'll get 2. So, that means this C is equals to 152 degrees. Okay? So, I know that this one is it is 152 degrees. Okay, now I've answered this for 4 marks. Okay, now let's go for this one. CDF. Where is CDF? We are looking for that one. Remember, this one we can find very easily. We can start by getting these two, then we have find that one. Okay, now let's try and do it over here. Okay, now we are going to say let's say B2 is equals to 180 degrees minus 152 degrees all over 2. Why do we say so? That is the sum of angles in a triangle, right? Now let's go for it. When I say 180 minus 152, I get 28. So this is 28 divided by 2. So B2 is equals to 28 divided by 2, it's 14 degrees. So I know now that this is 14 degrees. Hence, I would say what? This and this. So I would say angle B2 is equals to angle what? Angle CDF, which is equals to 14 degrees. Why? It's because of a time chord theorem. Okay, so this is how we get to solve such a problem for Euclidean geometry. Thank you.